Hi, this is Belinda Colubriale and this is Talking High Performance with Bel. So I'm making this podcast for people who want to live their best life, people who know that there's more in them, but they just don't know how to get it. So there's a gap, something's missing, I'm making it for them.
Welcome back to Talking High Performance with Bel. I love Momentum Month, and today I'm going to jump straight into it and talk to you about 5 strategies for thriving in business. And when we think about momentum and we think about business, it's really important because we need that momentum to get us to that next level and to build on the growth that we've had previously. And it's the accumulation of these smaller steps that have really led to that progress. And when I was running my own optical businesses, when it was the busiest time of the year and customers were coming in and getting glasses and claiming their health insurance before it ran out, it was really easy to keep that momentum. We'd have more staff. We'd have each person on specific roles, which would really maximize their opportunities with customers. And we'd have people playing to their strengths. And it was great. And it was quite easy. And everything was measured and calculated and really, really efficient. But when it quietened down, as a leader and with the management team, that was when quite often it was harder to maintain that momentum. So that's when we really needed to show initiative and complete tasks that otherwise wouldn't have gotten completed. And as a leader, the momentum that we show during these times and the initiatives that we show and the strategies that we implement are more important than the ones that we show during the busiest times. So today I want to share with you 5 ways to maintain momentum in your business. You know, what are the things that really move the needle forward? And the first part is knowing your direction. And that means, are you really clear on what you want from your business? And how does that play out for your team? So when it comes to running teams and driving business success, it's a must as a leader that you share the vision with your team. You know, you need to be clear on the outcome that you want, and you really need to get that across in a way that they understand. And, you know, what is your goal and why is it your goal? Why should your team follow your goal? Why should they believe in your goal? And it's, why is it important to you? And how do you pass that message on to them in a way that makes them want to follow? So if you think about yourself and your team, do they know the direction that you want to head? And why is it important? You know, what's the initiative for them? Like if they reach certain goals, do they get a pay rise? Does it look better on a resume? Are they really happy just to build this brand with you? Like, why should they help you in reaching that goal? So that's the first one, is all about knowing your direction. The second one is to generate the energy that you want to see reproduced. So no one wants to work for a leader who's not motivated, who can't inspire, and who doesn't have good energy. And if they do, I'm yet to meet them. So and I don't want them really on my team. So, but leaders who generate successful momentum are the ones that are really able to produce and generate the energy that they want others to follow. So as a leader, it's really important that you walk into your workplace or you walk into meetings with the energy that you want reproduced. And it's up to you as the leader to generate that energy. So that's the second one. You know, what is the energy that you want to see reproduced? And as a leader, are you bringing that energy to the table every day? The third one is be willing to step into those difficult conversations. And I actually had a coaching call this morning with somebody who just hates difficult conversations because the automatic assumption is that it might lead to disappointment or it might lead to an argument. And it's really interesting because if I think about myself, 10, 15 years ago, I didn't like having those difficult conversations. And I often thought similar, how can you get a message across in a way that doesn't offend the other person? Or quite often you're frustrated. So how do you not show that frustration? And when you have a difficult conversation and you tell someone they're not performing or they've made a mistake or how they're behaving is less than ideal, instead of looking at it like it's like you're going to hit a roadblock and you are going to have an argument, look at it like, okay, how can you make this a win-win for both parties? So, how does it help them? And then in helping them, how is that helping you? So I remember when I started in optics, about 24 years ago, I had this mentor and I was really young and I'd come in on the weekend or late night for my shift and he'd have all my mistakes in bags on hooks and he'd unhook the mistake and he'd go, Belinda? And I'd go, yeah. And he'd go, what's wrong with this? And I'd be like, oh, I don't know. This is wrong. He's like, no. What's wrong with this? And I'd be like, oh, but it was really good because the way he did it, like he wasn't afraid to have those difficult conversations. I was, shitting myself, but he wasn't. But it really helped me to learn. And so, I didn't do that with my stuff when I had my stores, but it really helped me. And he was a mentor through the years and a really good one, and really taught me the right way. So I was really grateful for that. So if you are scared to have those, difficult conversations, I'd say lean into them gently and with the approach that it can be a win-win instead of a win argument. So that's the third one. The fourth one is to upskill in the downtime. And again, in the past, when it was a quiet time in optics, we didn't really upskill our team in the beginning. So we just kind of all take it easy. And the consequence was that it made growth harder. So when we got a little bit sharper with our business skills, we'd put in an in-store trainer. And when it was quiet time, we really maximized that to upskill the team. And we began to change our model and how we did things. And instead of looking at it and really cutting down staff in those times, we'd look at it like, no, this is an opportunity. So if we do this right in the busier times, we can really thrive. And we gave someone the role of the in-store trainer and set them up with time to train the team. And it was all about adopting that belief that you're only as good as your weakest team member. So in retail, it's quite easy to find the patterns when it's a little bit quiet and to do this training. So I'd encourage you in your role or in your job, what are the quieter times and are you maximizing those and really helping the other staff members on the journey so that when things do get busy, you're making it easier for yourself. And as a business owner or a leader, this can be quite hard in flipping that mindset of hiring, because sometimes you're hiring or you're putting people on when you don't necessarily need them. And it's, again, thinking big picture and looking at about, okay, when I do need them, it's often hard to find those staff members. So employing them maybe in the quieter times and training them up with the hope and the hard work, knowing you'd put in that work that it will pay off in the end. So I encourage you, think about your business and how you can either upskill or prepare for a change in staff circumstance, because, quite often as well, staff members leave and you're unprepared. So how do you prepare for those moments? And again, that's all about, as a leader, building that momentum. And then the last one is inspiring greatness. So this is a really exciting topic when it comes to high performance, but also when it comes to high performance leadership. So a few years back, I was working in an environment that I really wanted to be in, but I wasn't inspired. And having run previous teams, I felt like if the inspiration's missing or if you can't motivate them, it just doesn't work. And so even having team conversations that get like your staff inspired and get them motivated and get them energized is really, really important. So if you think about your team, how do you inspire greatness? And this isn't about knowing all the answers. It means just you showing up, being you, being really clear in what you're doing and what you want to deliver, and being really genuine in your interactions and taking them on a journey with you and a journey of growth. And it means not thinking that your vision is the best way, but it's about dangling that carrot and going, guys, we're about to do something really incredible and I want to implement these changes. How can we help each other to reach that goal? Is this the best way? So when it comes to inspiring greatness in your team, I'd love you to ask yourself, if I was going to inspire greatness with them, where would I need to be more intentional? So where do you need to be more intentional in the momentum that you're generating at the moment? And also, where would you need to adjust your skill set to reach that next level? So where is an area that you as a leader feel that momentum isn't there or that it's slowed down, and how do you improve that? So there you have it, my top 5 tips to generate momentum from a business point of view. And I think it's really important to remember that when we think about next level success, it's that momentum and the way that we talk to our team and the actions that we implement as leaders that really helps to build that unstoppable progress for the future. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next week, we're going to be wrapping up Momentum Month, and I'll be talking all about how do you maximize end of year progress in order to accelerate you into 2024. So it's your best year yet. So it's one you don't want to miss. So until then, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life. Your coach, Bel.